Hi everyone, it's Suey, and I'm going to do another book tag video today. This one is called the Honest Booktuber Tag. It has been a real popular one that I've been seeing going around a lot lately. I was tagged last week by Ellen at Ellen Made Book Club. I think this one is originally done by Harriet Rosie. So the idea behind this one is, of course, talking about how honest we are in all of our dealings on Booktube and reading, I guess. I might have some really boring answers, but I also have some rants that might pop out. I have not planned anything. I have not written anything down, as is my usual method of operation here. I am totally winging it. So we'll see what pops out. But I've been really enjoying everyone else's videos, ones where when people are talking, all of a sudden they are talking about, they kind of go off on tangents, and it's surprising to see what people end up talking about, and that's what kind of makes it a fun one. So we'll see how it goes for me. I don't know. Okay, number one, have you ever lied about reading a book? I honestly can't think of a time when I have lied about it. I don't know why I would have ever done that. A lot of people are talking about in school, they might have fudged some reading assignment or something. I loved reading so much that why would I fudge reading a book? I loved reading in school just as much as I do now. And so those were the fun assignments. So I definitely did all of my reading homework that was assigned to me in school and never lied about it. Spark Notes was a thing when I was going to school, and I didn't ever do that either. So I don't really think that I have ever lied about reading a book. Now, it's possible that I may have forgotten if I read it and thought I did and said I did, but maybe I didn't. Totally possible that I have forgotten stuff, but I haven't purposefully lied about anything that I know of. Have you ever avoided a book because of controversy around the content or author? I have avoided the 50 Shades of Grey book because of the content in there. I know I am not interested. There's some other books people have been mentioning, calling Hoover books, and I have mentioned in other tags that I probably will never read her books. I was interested at one point just to see what all the buzz was about, but after hearing about the content of those books, I decided I don't really want that in my life. So, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not reading them. So I guess I have avoided books because of the content or what I hear about the content. There's lots of things that I read where I am a little anxious about the content, but I still go ahead and read that because, first of all, just to challenge myself, push myself out of my comfort zone, read the banned books that have content in them that, that I want to see if it's really that bad, stuff like that. So, so it's not like I avoid all books that have content that might make me uncomfortable. Does that make sense? I don't avoid all of that. But I do pick and choose, and some books I've just decided I don't need in my life. There's not very many, because I've said many, many times here that I will pretty much read anything. But, sometimes I'm just like, I don't think that's for me. So yes, content. As far as author goes, I'm pretty lenient when it comes to controversies around authors. There are authors maybe who have gotten in trouble one way or the other, or, stuck their foot in their mouth, or are being accused of things where it makes me sad, and I will probably unconsciously avoid their stuff, not really make a true decision to avoid it, but that I kind of just stay away from the drama of it all. Does that make sense? And there are several authors that have been disappointing to me. I guess I kind of do sometimes, but I don't really feel like it's a huge issue in my life, worrying about the authors and if I should read their stuff or not, depending on what kind of trouble they're getting themselves into. That makes sense. Number 3, have you ever been sent a book for free and not disclosed it? Probably, but not on purpose. I got lots of books for free when I was a blogger, and I think I would always say that in some spot on my blog somewhere that it was a free book and that I was asked to review it. Since I've been doing booktubing, I haven't gotten a whole lot of free books. I kind of shut that all down back in the day because I was getting too overwhelmed with them when I was a blogger. I've mentioned in the past that I was on a kind of a judging panel for, I don't know, kind of a local award here, and they send me free books, and then I review them as I read them. And I'm not sure I actually disclose that those were free books, but I do most of the time talk about the fact that I'm part of this judging thing, and as part of that, they do send you the books so that they can be considered for the prize. So I don't know if I really clearly have indicated that some of those books were free and that I was reviewing them, a free copy. I didn't think that it was really that necessary in that case. That's a long answer to say, yes, I've probably been sent a book for free and haven't disclosed it, but not on purpose. Not like with the idea of hiding and keeping that a secret or whatever. Well, these are really rambly answers, aren't they? Number 4, have you ever bought a book with no intention of reading it? I don't think so. I feel like every time I buy a book, I have every intention of reading it. It doesn't always happen. There's so many books on my shelves that I have bought that I have never, ever gotten to, but I intend to read them. I still intend to read them. It could be years later. I still intend to read them. So I'm trying to think in a situation where I would buy a book that I was not intending to read, unless it's like a collection. Like, let's say I collected a whole bunch of copies of Pride and Prejudice or something, or The Book Thief or something, my favorite book. If I wanted to collect a whole bunch of versions of that book or editions and, maybe different languages of that book, I would buy them and know that I wasn't going to read them. But I haven't ever really started a true collection of any books like that. I've always thought about it. But so far, as far as I know, every book that I've bought, I intend to read or intend to give to somebody else to read. Have you ever got caught up in Booktube drama? I don't even know of any Booktube drama. I still feel newish. I'm coming upon my 2-year anniversary, so I'm not truly that new, but I still feel new enough that the drama goes right on by me, if there's drama even out there. Also, I feel like drama is for the popular people, the people who are well-known, the bigger booktubers. Yeah, and that's definitely not me. So if there's any drama, then I'm not even aware of it. It goes right on over my head. I in the 2 years I've been around, I don't know that I've seen any drama. So yeah, I'm missing out, I guess, on stuff like that. That's okay. We don't want drama, right? Have you ever had a hate comment, and did you respond? Yes, I think I've talked about this before. There's been a couple of reviews that I've done where people have said pretty mean things. Mostly it's on shorts, and sometimes I ignore. Most of the time I ignore, I think. Sometimes I will say something back, or I will explain myself, or I will say things like, oh, thanks for your comment and thanks for watching, and make them feel sort of stupid after that. I feel like if you're nice back to them, then it makes them feel weird, which I find enjoyable. But yeah, people have told me I was an idiot for liking Spare. I was also stupid for reviewing that book about intermittent fasting before actually trying it out and learning and, doing it before I reviewed the book that I read about it. What else? Oh, the 3-body problem. I did a short about the 3-body problem, and I have so many, not true hate comments, but so many comments telling me that it was a crappy review and that I have no idea what I'm talking about and that I'm pretty stupid. And I agreed with them. I'm like, I know, you're right. And then I say to them, and if you want to know more about what I was thinking, then you should check out my long review about this. And you realize that I didn't have enough time to say everything in a 1-minute short. If you would just click on the link that's popping up at the bottom down there that says, here's my long review of this book, then you would find out that maybe I know more about it than what I was able to say. But of course, nobody ever checks out anything further. They just see the surface of what you've said and judge you from there. So yeah, I think I did a disclaimer once about not being an expert at anything. And so people were expecting me to be expert at whatever I was reviewing. And I did a disclaimer. If you want to scroll back, you can see that I put that up saying, don't expect me to be an expert. Sorry, I'm just telling you what I thought about books that I read. I feel like, speaking of hate comments, I feel like once you get your first hate comment, then you know you've arrived at Booktube. It's part of the journey, and it's part of what you should expect as a booktuber, that at some point you will get some sort of comment that people basically will tell you that you're stupid and they don't like you and your reviews are dumb. And yeah, so it's to be expected, and it's part of the journey, and you should be excited when you get hate comments. Number 7, have you ever made a video just because you knew it would get views? Okay, so Ellen made her tag video and tagged me in it. So when I was watching it, I loved what she had to say about views. She basically said, of course, we are all making videos to get views. Otherwise, why would we be putting ourselves out there? And I loved that so much, because so many booktubers will get on here and say, I don't care about the views. I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm just here for the connections. Well, you can't have connections unless anybody watches you, right? The whole booktubing experience is about putting your videos out there and hoping somebody watches it. So we all do care about views. We all care about views. That's not even what this question is about. This question is, do you make a video because you knew it would get views? And I want to roll my eyes at this one, especially because I know my videos will not get views. There is nothing I can put up here that will get views. So no, I do not make a video because I will not get views, because I know nothing I do will get views. So I've come to terms with that. Back in the beginning, when I first started, like one of my, maybe it was like the 4th or 5th video I put up when I did my tour of my library. That one got a ton of views, and that was like a joke on me, I think, because I thought, wow, people are going to watch this channel. It's going to be amazing. But that was like sort of an anomaly, that people watched that video and it got views, and I could go through and do that exact same video again and it probably wouldn't get views now. I'm pretty convinced of that. But so that was my weird anomaly thing way back in the beginning, making me think that I could get views. But I know now that nothing I will do, even though I'm doing the exact same thing everyone else is doing that gets views, I will not get views. I do not know why. I am baffled, and I know I shouldn't care. Like other people are saying, don't look at the numbers. It doesn't matter. You're connecting with, your handful of friends, and people are commenting, and so everything's good. And that's true, but it still is sad to me that I can't get even 100 views on anything that I do. I knew something would get views, I would make it. Yeah. So to be honest, yes, I haven't done this because I know nothing will get views, but if I knew it would get views, I would do it because I want views. I want to feel validated by that number, I guess. So that would be really nice, but I don't know what it is people want. So I won't ever make that video. If you could go back to the beginning of your channel, would you do anything differently? Don't think so necessarily. I don't know if I could have done anything differently in the beginning to be getting better views at this point. Like I said, I thought I had done really great because that one video got views, and I thought, oh, here we go. I'm on a roll. It's going to be great. And then it just died and fizzled. And so, but I don't know that I could have done anything differently. Sometimes I wish I kind of thought of like a little color scheme, and sometimes I wish I could change that up, and I'm trying to gradually maybe change that up. They say that you should brand your thumbnails and everything so that everything looks very similar, so people will know that it's your video when you put up a thumbnail. And I'm not sure I really like the colors I started out with anymore, so I'm kind of changing those up a little bit. But I still think that what I did in the beginning was fine. So I don't know. I guess I wouldn't really change anything. I felt like I was doing everything pretty much the correct way in the beginning. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, 9. Are there any channels you wish you could be more like? I wish I could make vlogs like Ellen does and like the Mild Rumpus does. I wish I could resonate and connect with people as well as Pat at Book Chat with Pat does. I wish I could think of all the really fun, just bookish discussions that Brian at Bookish does. Sometimes I wish I could do fun editing. Like, who does fun editing that I really like? Ellen does fun editing. A lot of booktubers don't do very much editing, and so I kind of want to try it. I want to find a middle ground with that. So I want to do a little editing, but I don't want to have to worry about doing a ton of editing. Lots of people just talk, and that's their video, and there's no editing at all, which is awesome and easier. Sometimes I wish I could do that like people do and feel good about it, but I still feel like I have to do a little bit of editing. Besides, that's what I like. That's the fun part. So I do a little bit, but you probably don't even really realize. I mean, sometimes I do more editing than other times, depending on my mood, but yeah. Am I going off on a tangent now? Yes, I think so. Who else do I wish I could be more like? Now, Ellen had a great answer for this one, and she said she just wants to be herself and doesn't want to really be like anyone, which is a great answer. But sometimes I do look at channels and go, dang, I wish I could do that. But now, yeah, I pretty much said the ones I'm thinking of. I wish I could build up a community more, like so many of you do. I have a little, but I feel like I'm still on the outskirts of the big circle. You know what I'm saying? What's something you love about your channel? I love that it's very off the top of my head, that it's not scripted at all, that it's down to earth and easygoing, hopefully. I hope that I talk about lots of different variety of books. Sometimes I feel like I am totally missing the boat on some trends of the books, but hopefully that's okay. And that the different kinds of genres of books I'm talking about is pretty wide. Hopefully that's a good thing about this channel. I don't know what else is really that great. Maybe that's why nobody's watching it. It's just something that great. Okay, I like it because I feel like it's fun and low-key and just easygoing. Okay, I tagged some people. I am not tagging anyone because I feel like everyone's done this. I've seen it so many places lately. I couldn't think of who to tag. So, as I've said many, many times, if you haven't done this one, then please do it and let me know so I can be sure and watch it. So if you feel like you have something to say about any of these interesting topics regarding booktubing, then go ahead and do it. Be fun to see what you think. Hopefully it made some sense, very rambly as I knew it would be. That's what I like about my channel. Off the top of the head, just say what you're thinking and don't worry about it. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.